Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are currently being ambushed by Comstar and they're kind of all around us here, but we'll see how this ends up going. We can move our Apollo back over here and actually get rear arc on this crab. This is within the minimum range of our missiles, unfortunately, but what if we were to position like here? That's still very minimum range. We could also position out to the side of this Warhammer out over here and position it more along the lines of, I kind of hate this positioning, but more along the lines of that. Our Apollo is the only real mech that we're moving right now. We could also simply position here and go for this Seeks. Not the greatest of hit odds there, and that does reveal our rear arc armor to this Warhammer, which can theoretically do a lot of damage to it. So what I'm thinking right now is we position here. I hate these positions. Okay. Yeah, I really dislike these. We can get rear arc on that Warhammer, it would appear. Just barely, but we can do it. So let's position it here. We need to get this Warhammer out from behind us. So a little bit of damage building up on it there, but it's tough to hit.
I'm ready.
The Black Knight, I want to continue to engage out over... Actually, I feel like the Black Knight should be coming back this way. About here. And we could go for the Crab or the Centurion. Hit odds are broadly even, but we can hit the Centurion here.
Firing a full salvo.
Okay. Structure exposure on that Centurion. That's a good thing. No doubt about that. And let's see what they do here in Phase 7. What do we got? That's that Blackjack moving up and going for the Sniper turret. Okay, Sniper turret still alive for now. So we've got some allied turns here. They're firing a PPC at that Crab, as well as some machine guns. I don't think that's going to do anything, really. Firing at the Seeks. Again, I don't expect that to do anything. That was kind of a lot of nothing. Okay, so next up is our Wraith. And the Wraith can't actually move in past this Seeks. We can't get through that, it would appear. Which is very unfortunate. Let's see here. We move our Hoplite in Phase 14. The Warhammer moves Phase 9. Okay. I really wish we could get into the Seeks here, but it appears to be completely blocking us off. We can position here, in theory, and fire on the Seeks here. Very low hit odds, though. Target move +7. But we actually take it out, so that's great. That's 1/3 of the Lance dealt with.
Stand before me.
Next up, we have a couple of allies that are going to move. I would love to see them focus fire on this Warhammer. That would be ideal. And that's great. Oh, that was a really good shot. That Warhammer is now unsteady and lost its evasive. It's pretty dead at this point. Oh, yeah. Structure exposure on it now.
What do you think?
Next up is our Hoplite. I'm going to position the Hoplite out over here. Maybe like here. Okay, with the idea being that we go for the Crab or the Centurion. Hit odds are best on the Centurion. Light it up. That was significant damage there. We did some internal damage to it, but we stripped out a lot of its armor. This Hunchback is going for that Blackjack. I don't like this choice for target selection. It is now Phase 13, so that'll be this Centurion moving now. Okay. The Centurion is having issues. It decided to go for the Prowler. That is not, in my opinion, a good choice. We can move the crossbow back to here, with the idea being we're going to use these SAM missiles to shoot down this Warhammer. And there it goes. Phenomenal. So that Warhammer land air mech is out of here, and that was one of the big threats. The next big threat is this Crab and Centurion combo. So those need to be eliminated as soon as possible. Unfortunately, the Crab moves right now, but that Centurion does get attacked by this vehicle. And we'll absolutely accept that. That was the Prowler MTV there. Now the crab is going to move as well as this blackjack. The blackjack isn't a huge threat, but it does back off here. Maybe it gets a rear arc shot on our hoplite, but no, it goes for the standard shredder turret. Okay, I'm fine with this. So, we've got this crab, right? It has very weak rear armor. Where's it going? Uh-huh. Going for that sniper turret. I like it. It also overheated, but it's in a lot of danger here. Reason being, we can rear arc it very easily with our fire support. So I'm thinking about this Centurion right now. Okay, let's position here. Good hit odds. I like it. Fire on this Centurion. Do what we can. Kaboom. LRM ammo explosion. Engine destruction. The Centurion is out of here. No problem. Next up would be our Black Knight. I don't necessarily love moving the Black Knight right now. We can get in behind the crab, but I think I want to reserve this and move the Apollo first here. Positioning here.
10-4.
Artemis is not great at this range, right? But I just want to soften up the crab here. We can't hot load it. Okay, just wanted to double check that. I want to soften up the crab's rear arc here. That didn't do a lot, but we did soften it up a little. Okay, and they're attacking the front arc of this crab. Sure. Next up is our Black Knight. And I want to get into rear arc of the crab. I want to kick it. And this is going to do a lot to it. It already has barely any evasive. So we're just going to position here and boop. Phenomenal. That was a lot of internal damage there. Unfortunately, we didn't take out the crab.
On that one.
But that was a good hit. Now they're firing on this blackjack. That's fine for now. Okay. When does the crab move this phase? Round 10. Noted. So we need to have the crab eliminated before the hoplite moves. I'm going to reserve the hoplite. That'll be fine. Next, that Dervish goes for a side arc attack on the crab. Gets a little bit of damage in there. I like it.
I'm ready.
Our Wraith is... Actually, we still can't get through this area. Remarkable. Our Wraith is going to, I guess, head up over here. An angle like so. We can fire on this crab. A decent hit odds, but this is front arc, right? And we only hit a couple of things there. That's fine. The PPC is now ready to go. The Hunchback is going to hit that crab from the side arc. More armor damage there. And the stability is working its way right on up. Okay. So that looks fine for now. This blackjack, we fully miss it. It's a ways out there. So our Apollo wants to move like up over this way, right? We want to get into a position where we can hit this guy very solidly in the rear arc. But we are not in a great position for it, right? So if we were to position back here, that wouldn't be great, I don't think. I'm just going to position it here, and we're going to fire rear arc, but we're not going to get very much done there, I don't think. We got a gyro crit, I guess.
Reporting critical.
That's fine. The crab did panic. So that's something, anyway. Next up, we're continuing to fire on this blackjack and get absolutely nothing done. Sure.
How's it going?
And the crossbow at this point, I would really like to get that thing sprinting out over this way. We can't get over there, though. We're going to have to hit side arc here. Okay. Reasonable side arc hit odds, though. At the very least, we could knock it down.
Locking up.
Couple of engine crits there.
Reporting.
And that is indeed a knockdown. Cool. So that looks solid. And there he goes. Perfect. That's an engine destruction. The knockdown killed him. So all that's left is this blackjack. And it's going for the standard shredder. So we need to take that thing out, and reasonably quickly, right? So we're going to get our Shadowhawk out over here. But it has decided to exit the area significantly. The Hoplite wants to head out this direction. It is not very quick. And we'll just position it there for now. Yeah, he is hiding behind that hill. Very awkward.
Commander?
Well, the Black Knight is just going to run down the road. We know that we can't get through this area, though. And that's also very awkward for us. So we're going to have to come up this way. So that Hunchback is not really going to do anything of note.
Yes, Commander.
Our crossbow could certainly close in here, and we can see what we've got for indirect fire. I'm not going to bother firing that. That's not worth it. Okay. That Dervish is going to continue to attack here. It did get a little bit of damage in there, but that Blackjack is quite fresh. So for now, we're just going to sprint our Apollo forward, positioning it about here. And what do we have, 20%? I guess we'll take 20%. Okay.
Yes, Commander.
So the Shadowhawk really wants to be getting up over into LOS over here, right? But we need to get at least one more round here. This guy's being very awkward out over this way. And our allies are not being very effective. So that's fine. We do want to get our Hoplite headed out over here as much as we can. This is not much for speed. Why did our heat go up from sprinting there? That's interesting. Our heat went up just from sprinting on the Hoplite? We'll have to keep an eye on that. Were we in fire? I don't think we were in fire.
Yes, Commander.
Huh. Well, at any rate, our Wraith is going to head out over this way and continue to get into position to attack this guy. If he walks over this way, he's pretty dead, right? We'll see what he does here. Continues to hide behind the hill. He takes out this turret. That's fine. There's only so much hill hiding that he can do. We're closing in here. So our Black Knight is going to have to come up over this way, right? We know that. So we're going to position it here. Okay. So the Hunchback moves out and fires on the Blackjack. I want to know what the Blackjack is going to do here. Let's reserve. And let's let the Blackjack move. So for the moment, we're just going to continue watching our ally, like, miss all of the missiles. I guess currently the Steiners are putting the miss in missiles, right? Okay. Well, let's just see what happens with this Blackjack. Where does he decide to go this round? He is losing armor to these missiles occasionally. Boy, he rolled a very low initiative. Another 6 damage to him from our ally. Very, very low initiative indeed.
For the right opportunity.
Now it's his turn. Okay. So what are you going to do? Come out this way? Nope, he's going this way. That is direct LOS out over here, though. So now we can think about closing in over here. So the Apollo is going to position here. This is still indirect fire.
Roger. Target confirmed.
This guy's just chilling out here. Way away from everybody else.
Waiting for orders.
Our Blackjack, of course, has no LOS. So we're just going to head up over this way.
Heading out. Full speed.
There we go.
Yeah.
And our Hoplite, I don't think is going to get LOS. No. And we're definitely building up from sprinting. This must be due to crits in here. Actually, just moving is building heat.
Copy that.
Okay, yeah, that must be due to crits. The Shadowhawk can now get in behind this guy. We don't have to sprint to do it either. So we can position here and have a rear arc shot. Take it. Okay, so he doesn't have much rear arc armor. That is a structure exposure. Phenomenal.
Critical hit.
Next up is going to be the Wraith. Can the Wraith replicate the feat? Yes, it can. So we're going to get in here. We're going to fire that PPC. We probably don't need the field inhibitor off.
Punching all the buttons.
Okay. So a little bit more internal damage there. Unfortunately,
Goodbye.
it's nothing too major. I'm just going to sprint our crossbow down over here.
Full speed.
There we go.
Commander.
And next up, our Apollo is going to position right up over here. We have direct fire LOS.
Firing all weapons.
And there we go. We took out an LRM-15.
That hit
Excellent.
something good.
So the Blackjack is phase 12. We do move our Wraith before then, so this seems fine. We'll get him eliminated. Wow, he has no evasive, and they fully missed that salvo. Okay.
I'm receiving you.
Well, our Wraith is going to close in over here,
walking
and we're just going to hit this Blackjack as hard as we can, although maybe we don't fire the PPC due to heat. Yeah, we'll turn that off.
Gotcha.
Now I regret it. Okay.
The Cobra
Phenomenal.
strikes.
So the Blackjack is chilling here for now,
Receiving it.
and our Hoplite really can't get anywhere useful. Unfortunately, we're going to have a heat
Picked
issue
up.
with the Hoplite. No doubt about that. Just moving the Hoplite is building its heat levels right now, I think just due to that backstab. So that's an arm destruction. That's both of the LRM-15s from that Blackjack eliminated. And we'll see what it decides to do here. It should still have, like, I think a couple of medium lasers or one medium laser. It's actually still got some missiles here. Okay. Noted.
Yes, Commander.
Well, that's going to be our Black Knight moving. And can we get the Black Knight anywhere at all useful? The answer is no. So we're going to bring it around over here. And we'll see what our allies get done here. Very, very little. 3 damage to the armor.
Yes, Commander.
But our Shadowhawk cannot make its way around over here. That's very sad. Very sad indeed. I guess we'll just position it up here for now. I'm not sure where our next target is going to be, but there is going to be a next target. It would be nice to be able to eventually eliminate this guy, but he's been using terrain very, very well. We'll just position our crossbow here,
On my way.
and we'll fire indirect with our crossbow. 12% hit odds. No visuals, +6, yeah.
Roger that.
Little bit more armor damage creeping in there. One of these days, we're going to actually make our way through this frontal armor, but it is not this
I'm
day.
here.
Okay, the Wraith can actually get into not... Nope, sprint, please. The Wraith can maybe get into rear arc. We have to move into the fire here,
Affirmative.
but we can get into rear arc. Take him out. There we go. Phenomenal. So now we need to get over to the other settlement. And that's going to be interesting. Where is that? Over here? That's not very far away. And it's kind
What's
of
up, boss?
backwards from where we are right now. Okay, I'm not sure I've seen this map before.
my
This
way,
might be a
double
new
time.
map. Interesting.
Orders.
Well, our Shadowhawk is going to want to head this direction.
Affirmative.
And we're going to head to the second settlement as soon as we can. So we need to get grouped up here, right? We need to exit combat, though. That'll be a helpful thing. Let's get the Apollo up over here. And the Hoplite, of course, the Hoplite's struggling here. We're going to position it here for now. But its heat sinking is not
ready.
going well. So our Black Knight is going to need to turn around.
Got it, Commander.
Okay. And we're going to get these mechs brought back in. But this is going to exit combat for us after this phase, which will mean we're able to move much faster. So that's good. So we're going to move our Wraith
going.
up over here, our Shadowhawk up
Good to
over
go.
here, our Apollo
Pardon
up
me,
over this
Susie.
way. We need to make our way up and around, right? So the Hoplite here actually just needs to sink heat. The crossbow is going to make its way up, and the Black Knight is going to continue through. Excellent. This was only crit, right? Yeah, none of this was destroyed, so it should be okay. Yeah, engine was hit an additional 30 heat per turn, so that's rough. No doubt about that. The Hoplite is pretty much out of commission at this
Ready
point,
for order.
but we can send our crossbow up
Moving
here.
out.
We want our faster mechs to get catching up here. So the Shadowhawk is going to come up over here, our Apollo,
Rolling.
and we'll see what this ends up being. The Hoplite has to continue sinking heat for now,
Confirmed.
and we're just going to head up this path. Fantastic. But yeah, that was rough on the hoplite. No doubt about it. We'll get those crits fixed soon enough. It might be able to fire on things up here from down there. We'll see.
Onward.
But we're probably just going to leave it behind.
Roger
So
that.
we'll just position these guys up over here. The hoplite will need to continue to sink heat.
I copy.
And our crossbow will close in up over this way. Black Knight is catching up. Yeah. This is fine.
Location confirmed.
This is absolutely fine for the moment. So the allies are going to move along as well. Seems reasonably okay. Our Wraith is going to
Acknowledged.
position here. Yep,
Copy that.
this all seems fine as well. Okay, this is the hoplite, which needs to continue to sink heat,
Managing heat.
which is rough.
Location confirmed.
30 heat per turn is a lot of heat per turn, for the record. So the hoplite is, especially considering that was just like one round, right? That's a lot of heat. A whole lot of heat. It took one rear arc shot. Gross. Well, that's fine. We are, of course, going to have our hoplite just continue to sink heat here. It doesn't seem to be
Roger that.
losing any additional heat. It seems to just be
Amish
not
Daniel.
gaining heat. So that's the thing. We're going to climb up this hill here with our remaining mechs. And we should arrive up here pretty soon. We'll see what's going on up here. I do see a couple of medium turrets here. But this is quite the position for the second settlement. No doubt about it. And these Steiner units are just kind of running around pointlessly. So that's all fine. We're just going to continue to proceed on up this hill.
I'm there.
And of course, our hoplite actually is sinking a little bit of heat. We're just going to keep it there for now. It might be
Copy
useful firing up
Move
this way.
order
We'll see.
received.
But it's going to have some heat issues no matter what. So that's going to be a thing. This next round, we should be able to start moving forces in and seeing what's going on over here, in theory. So what do we got?
Moving to position.
Well, we're going to need to start moving these guys in. There we go. What do we got going on here? Okay. So this is now a base defense. Gotcha. So where are these enemies at? They're up over here. We see a rifleman. We see an archer. We see a locust, a thunderbolt, a trooper, a rifleman. Okay. That's a lot of lances, to be honest. I'm going to move us up over here.
On my way.
And how are we planning to engage this? Is the question.
Confirmed.
There's spawn protection right now,
Roger that.
but they're up this cliff. How are they going to move? They're going to come up this way and try to engage the base over here? This is really awkward. I have no idea how they're planning to engage this. And this is a lance and a half, for sure. We're going to reserve and see how they
Holding
move.
for tactical advantage.
Our ally firing on that rifleman. That's fine for now. There's basically no cover out over here. They're coming around this way.
Waiting for the right move.
Where's this locust going? It's also coming around this way. Let's keep reserving for now. See if any of these expose themselves. But for now, they're definitely going this direction. So we want to get set up over here, I think. So to that end, our hoplite kind of wants to start climbing up this hill.
Move into position.
Heat is going to be a problem for it, but for now, we can do something like that. Okay. We might be able to take some pot shots up over here. But this is very awkward. This is a really, really strange place for them to spawn. But okay. Yep, they're just all coming around over here. So they're trying to pathfind over that way. Gotcha.
Commander.
Well, the Black Knight definitely needs to come through over here. For now, that's okay. We have 3 Phase 11 movers, and we're going to have to chip through them pretty quickly, right? So they've got 6 units here. And this Prowler is working on that Archer. It's not going to get very much done. Okay. Well, I mean, that is a single Comstar Lance, right? So we're going to head on up over this way with our Wraith. We need to make our way up over here. That's for sure what we need to be doing right now. We'll check hit odds with our crossbow and see if we can lob any LRMs over this mountain. 0.9, 12.1, 8.1, 8.1, 16.5, 2.6, and 0.9. Okay. So it looks like that 16.5 was the way to go.
Affirmative.
And there we go. We've softened up that Thunderbolt a tiny, tiny bit. Next up is our Apollo, which is going to sprint up over here, and we'll see what we can do as far as lobbing LRMs here goes. Probably not too much. 9.2, 0.9, 1.9, 7.3, 13.4, 15.6. Thunderbolt it is. So we're continuing to soften up that Thunderbolt. Okay. For now, there's not a lot that can be done until these guys show themselves out over here, right? That Archer is finally starting to attack over here.
Commander.
And our Shadowhawk can't get into LOS of it this round. So we're going to sprint forward as much as we can. But yeah, this is a very awkward position here. The Archer does take some damage from that large laser turret, which is good. We're happy about that. And now we're on to the next round, where that Locust is sprinting over. Well, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to try to defend this base. This is a lot of units, and we're in a really bad position to do it. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.